And we are live with the one and only Les Brown, the king of motivation, the most hungriest man I know out there who wants to just motivate and serve the world. Welcome to the party, my friend.
And thank you so much for having me. It's a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be with you at any time.
Now, you're in California. You just touched down in my hometown.
Yes. And I don't travel, but I decided to come out here, and my grandson and John Leslie, they're with me. And I'm going to be meeting with Pedro, Pedro who does the challenges.
Yes.
Pedro Adeo, and but also just spending some time to relax. I said, I've got to get out of the house because the only thing I've been doing, staying in the house, I've been in too long. I've been talking to a squirrel named Tyrone, and my kid said if they catch me talking to this squirrel again, that they're going to put me away. So I came out.
Oh, that is awesome, man. I'm excited. So, with what you're doing, I mean, you're still out there serving, motivating, teaching speakers how to speak and give their story. What is one of the things that speakers today, with all everything that's going on, how do they position themselves? One of the things I'm constantly getting asked, and you're just still out there, just at the top of the food chain in that arena. What do speakers need to know that they're not doing?
They need to, well, first of all, what they need to do is find something that they're passionate about, something that they believe in. In fact, I'm going to send you a video that I'd like for you to send out to everybody. I just
All right.
discovered recently, as you are aware, my birth family, but and that my birth mother was the motivational speaker and my grandmother was the motivational speaker. I've just found that shocking. But
Wow.
I believe that right now, when you consider the pandemic, in and out of the pandemic, we have millions of people who need to hear new voices. And
Mm,
so there's a lady named Dr. Cheryl Woods. She said the story that you're sitting on, somebody is waiting on. There's some
mm,
people that I'm going to reach. There's some people that you are going to reach. But there's some people, the people that are listening now, that when they speak, something about them, the energy behind their voice, them speaking from their heart, that there are people that will hear them, not just in their minds, but in their hearts. And so people need hope today. They are suffering from broken hearts, empty pockets, fear and uncertainty and anxiety. We're in a place where we've never been before, where you could breathe the wrong air and can cost you your life. And so this is a very different place. And this is, it's, when I think about it, I've been giving more webinars, more speeches from home, and earning more money from home. Why? Because the need is greater than it's ever been before. So I want people, don't discount yourself. Don't um, believe and buy into the reality that what you have does not matter. It does
mm.
matter. What you've gone through, what you have experienced, the knowledge that you have. Somebody needs that can help them to get to the other side of what they're dealing with.
Mm. I love that. I mean, that's what it's about. If you could get your story and show others how you can impact with that story, that will become someone else's survival guide, right? You think the chaos that you've went through is your crutch. In reality, that's your motivation.
Without question, because your story is not for you. It's for your
Mm,
audience. It's for the people that are stuck. It's for the people that are struggling. It's for the people that are on the edge of taking their lives. And that, as a result of hearing your story and how you got through what you went through, and how you use your story to create an experience, to distract, dispute, and inspire, that
mm,
is, you distract them from their story, and through the execution of your story, that you dismantle their current belief system and you ignite a spirit in them where they decide, I want to live. And you talk them back from the edge. And so this is a
Mm,
time that people who have a passion for helping people, people who've been trained how to speak from their heart, people who've learned through coaching how to create a significant emotional event with their voice, with their story, and the things that they've dealt with, that this is their time. And there are
mm,
millions of people waiting. The phone numbers and the hotlines of psychologists and psychiatrists and the suicide 1-800 numbers are ringing off the hook. And even our children. I mean, I couldn't believe a 4-year old committed suicide. How? Whoa! How's that possible? And so I read this article that says our children are listening to us. And I do believe that we are here. We all have built in greatness. But when you're in a culture that demonizes you, that deny you, that marginalizes you and destroy your sense of self, that it takes some work and it takes some assistance from somebody, from a coach or a mentor or a speaker that can take you to a place in yourself that you can't go by yourself.
I love that. I love it. Now, we've got some people waiting right now backstage that I want to introduce you to. They have a question for you, Les. So, can I bring some in?
Yes.
Let's do it. All right, well, let's go. We've got the first one to the back. Chris Bora, welcome to the party, my friend.
Hey,
You
Manny
have a
Les.
question for Les. Go
Hello,
ahead.
handsome. How are you?
How are you? Greetings from Columbus, Ohio.
Wow, this is my homie up in here. Yes.
Yeah, so question I have for you is with all the transition and change that you talked about with COVID and just all the things that people are going through now. I've been thinking about writing a book for the last 3 years and just revisited that here over the last couple of months and gained a lot of clarity on it. One of the challenges I have is as far as like branding. If you have multiple messages within you, what's your advice for people that have maybe several areas of expertise, and how do you choose one to stick with? What's your advice around that?
Your advice is get somebody to help you with it. You can't see the picture when you're in the frame. I
Ooh.
understand that. I had to get somebody to work with me. And so you want to get somebody who has a trained eye and who can help you to begin to sift through the various stories to see the one that is your superpower that can stand out and that you will be able to be so compelling with that story and share with people the value it will have for them. Keep in mind, one of the main things that allowed me to become successful as a speaker, the speaking industry has been governed by the Dale Carnegie course. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. I train my speakers. Never let what you want to say get in the way of what your audience wants to hear. And so you want to identify who is it you want to speak to and what story would be most suitable for them. And people can tell if you believe in what you are doing and what you are delivering and what you are saying. They know when you speak from your head, just giving information, information only impacts 2 areas of the brain. But when you speak from your heart, that really activates 5 areas of the brain. So there's a saying, two heads are better than one. So
We have
get
three.
somebody, yeah, so that can help you sift through it and find the gold in those stories. And you can use all the other ones as well, but you got to find one. Dr. King
Mm.
had I Have a Dream. Obama had The Audacity of Hope. Jesse Jackson years ago had I Am Somebody. And I have You Got to Be Hungry. So we all have a signature message in us, a moment in our lives that was a defining moment, something we said to ourselves, something that we heard that opened up a whole new life for us. So that's what I would suggest that you do. Okay.
That's good. That's good
And
confirmation. Because
yeah,
I got the whole message here is connected. So my background, I was always shy and introverted, and then had a breakthrough and run a big networking group now, and now do events, conferences as well, just helping people get connected. So that was great confirmation to really hone in on that message rather than all the other things that I had running in my head.
Yeah, when you get on a horse, you can only go in one direction. You can't
Yes,
go in 4 or 5 different directions. You got to get one that you master, that one that will be the breakthrough, and that you're so good with it. People have to pay attention to you. It will captivate their attention, and they will fall in love with you because it's who you are. It's how you have taken something that has really taken you on a trip and a journey, and you decided this is not going to determine who I am. It will not define me. It will refine me. And here's how I got here.
Love it.
I love it. Thank
Love it.
you,
Thank you.
Chris. What a great
Thank
question.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Can't wait to see you. I'm sending you a virtual hug.
All right.
Awesome sauce. Wow, that was a great answer, my friend. I love it.
Mhm.
I gotta have another one that we can bring in. Let's go.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people that are excited about having a conversation with you. So let's bring to the stage Gloria Charles. Welcome to the party. Just like I bring him in. Gloria, you've got a question for Les.
I do have a question for Les. I am just so excited to be here. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes,
Can you
we
hear
can,
me?
Gloria. Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, my question is, Les, I have developed an awesome program, right? However, I have challenges articulating the results that I get for my clients. They've gotten amazing results. My program is about helping people understand their proper mindset around money, to getting them to a place of elevating their mindset to prosperity. And I have challenges articulating what exactly the results or what exactly is my offer. And so I need help to express it clearly.
Okay, now that is not just a one conversation. I would have to vet you and find out what your offer is and how you standing before an audience, a diverse audience, because there are audiences inside of each audience. And so the languaging approach, you want to be able to speak to everybody in the room. But let me say this. The main thing that you want to provide for them, I want to ask you this, and that is clarity around wealth. Is that it?
No, clarity around understanding the beliefs that you have that's giving you the results that you do not want. For
So her
example,
focus is she teaches on changing your money beliefs, and which is going to help you have more confidence in going after what you actually want to pursue.
Oh, well, that's easy. Here's the thing. It's you want to go a step further. It's not just about changing their belief about money. It's about, and I discovered this dealing with myself. It's about changing their belief about themselves. You don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. What I'm doing now, I could have been doing for 14 years longer than I've been doing it. I've been doing it for 51 years. I'm 77 now. But I held myself back because I had the talent, but I didn't believe in myself. And so, what you want to do is focus on them. You want to convince them they are the money, that you, the value that you bring, that you are a masterpiece, that God chose you for a reason, that you brought something here. You have built in greatness. You were born rich. And when you put in the effort, the time, and the energy on your passion, on your calling, a job is what you get paid for, a calling is what you're made for, it will create incredible wealth for you. When I speak in the United States, I get $70,000 an hour. When I speak outside, I get $225,000 an hour. I always had the talent, but I didn't believe in myself. And so I discounted myself because I was born in an abandoned building on a floor in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City. I'm a foster kid. And then I was adopted. Just found my birth parents at 77. All of that impacted my vision of myself. So as your vision of yourself increases and your sense of deservingness, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. So rather than just trying to get people to change their beliefs about money, that's a part of the process. But the main part is change their belief about themselves. And when they do that, it makes all the difference in the world or the money that they can generate.
Mm, I love
Thank
that.
Does
you.
that make sense?
Absolutely, Les. Interesting enough you were to say that, because in my program, I have an entire module called The Power of Worthiness. So what you're saying is really, really powerful. Thank you. Thank you for that, for the
Thank you.
confirmation. Thank
Yes,
you.
where two or three are gathered in my name, I will be among you. Come on, sister. All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Gloria.
you. Thank you.
Oh, wow. You're just slamming down. I love this part of when we do interviews that we can bring people in that could just get a little bit more clarity on what it is they're trying to do. Because every time we do one of these, the messages I get from the people that have been hearing this and say, it finally makes sense. Thank you for this. And some of them, they weren't even part of the interview. They were just like listening to someone else's interview. So really awesome. Let's bring in another superstar. Yasmine, get ready. Let's come on down. And boom! Welcome to the party, Yasmine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Hi, Les.
Hello, Yasmine.
I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited to be in your book, Hungry to Speak. So
Oh,
ignite the
yeah.
hunger in you. So
All right. Fantastic. So, what is your question?
question. I'm all like you about love and showing people how love is behind everything. If they can look at everything that happens to them in their mind, in their body, in their life as love. But how would you convey that to someone? I'll be very curious about your approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things we know in and out of the pandemic, it was Peter Drucker who said, adversity introduces a man to himself. We've seen a level of hatred, of people turning on each other rather than to each other, of divisiveness unlike we've ever seen before. And you know, there's a song, it might sound corny, but it's real. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing there's so little of. You can't handle my John Legend voice. You might faint right now holding the phone. But really, God is love, and he who dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in them. I would create workshops that give people an opportunity to interact with each other, to create relationships around love, around collaborative, achievement driven, supportive relationships where they help each other rather than just give them a perspective from myself on love. I would help them to come into an experience. I'm doing that in New York on August the 14th. People aren't just going to come in there and hear people talking, but the tables around so they can communicate. You can't have love without communication. So they can have a commitment for the next greatest version of themselves. You can't have love if you don't have a commitment to change who you've been for who you can become. And the tables around because of collaboration. We have not been taught how to work together. When you go to school, the chairs are just in theater style. All right, everybody's facing one way, listening to a talking head. My table's around. So people have to communicate. They have to commit themselves to things they're going to do individually and collectively. to build a new them and a goal and a dream and a vision of working together, moving forward, that allows them to become, as Mother Teresa would say, a pencil in the hand of God and creating the next greatest version of themselves. We cannot make it by ourselves. People of consciousness, people like you who bringing the light, who decided, I'm not going to be a witness of all this stuff that's going on. I'm a light for love. I'm going to allow God to use me to help people to begin to come from a different kind of place, to live a heart-centered life. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. That's the stand that you've decided to take with your life. And everybody's going to hear you. But there's some people that say, whoa, what she's saying is making sense. And I want to be a part of that. You are doing the greater work. These things ye shall do, and greater things shall ye do. You're doing God's work.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes.
Drop right there. Love it. Thank you for that question, Yasmine. We're just rolling fire right now. I love it. Thank you. All right, Les. Man, I don't know how we can get any better, but we're gonna try. Let's do it again. Rich, you're coming up next. Let's go. Rich.
Well, how do I follow that? Les, I want to say you may not sound like John Legend, but you sound like my friend Les McCann. So nothing wrong with that. So if you're singing compared to what, like he did, and does, then there you are. He's been a friend of mine for most of my life. So he's a great dude. I just want to say that I want to start out before I ask my question. You transcend and you bring everything to the table that I just wish that I could just bring that much. I listen to people all the time. You're the one that speaks home to me because I think you speak from here. You're not just talking from here. You're talking from here, and I admire that, and I love you for it. I love your messaging and everything that you do.
Thank you.
I'm a storyteller, and some of the things you say resonate with me. I can't bring what you do, and I stumble.
Yes,
all
you
over
can.
myself.
Yes, you can. Don't say that.
I stumble all over myself and say, give your elevator speech. How do I do that?
Because you haven't been trained how to do it. You can't see the picture when you're in the frame. Listen, Serena Williams is the greatest tennis player on the planet, and she has a coach. Muhammad Ali said, I'm the greatest. And he had Angelo Dundee and Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He had Phil Jackson. I got this way because a guy by the name of Mike Williams, who wrote the book, The Road to Your Best Stuff. I did not know this Les Brown was back there, and he brought him out. I spent some time with you. I'll get up in there and I'll bring out that voice in you. You have what I have, plus more. You just need the coaching. See, it's this thing, what I'm encouraging people to do, particularly now, watch the words that we say to ourselves. They're summoning me. I'm here in baggage claim, as you can imagine. Here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do, because I love Manny. Manny, I'm going to send you a video that I want you to send out to them. And then I want you to set up a session. I want you and I'd like to have him, and I'm going to use him as an example. If you've seen me do it, Manny, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to show you how you can do it, and even better, you can master it.
You know what? You're in LA. You're in my country. I'm coming over and giving you a hug because you're speaking my language. And man, I tell people Ted Williams is the greatest hitter that ever lived because he was Ted effing Williams, and you're Les Brown, and you're the greatest ever too. So I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, and thank you so much. All right, Manny, they're ready to take me out of here. But
all right,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to send you the video today, and you can send it out to everybody. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yes.
Wait a minute, you already have it.
So send that to me, and we'll definitely get that out.
You already have it when I met my family, my birth family.
Yeah, you texted out to me, so I have it on my phone already.
Yeah, so send it out to everybody and set up a session where I can talk to everybody, okay? And
all
I'll
right,
do a
we'll do
session
that.
with them. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
for
you,
now.
We'll see you next time.
Take care. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Take care.
I'll have to suffer. I'll have to suffer. Oh, that was awesome. All right, folks, we're going to get right back into the Remo. So we're going to be ending this. Get right back into the Remo, my friends, for those that are seeing this. And I got some more gifts for you. So let's go.